Handled correctly, performance appraisals allow you to reward and motivate employees, establish two-way communication, document exemplary as well as problem performance. In fact, with the correct approach, you can get maximum results with a minimum of time and effort. Where do you start? There are 6 basic techniques you can use to make appraisals more productive, profitable, and pleasant for both you and your employees. Let's take a closer look at these techniques. Be sure to update performance records regularly. Before you think about the human side of performance appraisal, you've got to look at the paperwork. Complete, accurate, and timely records are the foundation of successful employee evaluations.
Al Henderson. Oh, hi, Janet. Yeah, but can I get back to you on this? No, I'm right in the middle of my performance update. No, it's a system I've worked out to keep track of employees' performance. You know, production, quality, that kind of thing. Yeah, it is, but when appraisals are due, I've got all the information I need right here in black and white. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Making a few last-minute notes or relying on your memory just isn't good enough, legally or practically speaking. You need to keep track of employee performance on a continuing basis. Be sure to document everything, good and bad, and make sure your records are objective. Don't let personal feeling influence your ratings.
That can't be right. Where are those job descriptions? Ah, here they are.
To be sure your records are objective, you must evaluate the job first. Start with a written job description that specifies basic job requirements. Then look at other standards. For example, written rules, regulations, and policies, generally accepted unwritten practices and procedures, and output requirements. How many units should employees produce? How many deadlines must they meet?
And this is going to be 2514.
Once you've applied the proper standards, it's time to prepare for the interview.
Oh, hi, Linda. It's Al. Right. I just wanted to remind you about your performance appraisal. Yes, it's that time again. How's Tuesday at 2 o'clock? Yeah, that's a week from today. Right here in my office. Oh, and don't forget to think of any questions you want to ask me. Okay. Bye-bye.
Preparing for a performance appraisal involves more than just notifying the employee. It means reviewing your records, taking time to fill out any necessary paperwork, and planning what you're going to say about past performance and future goals. Preparation also involves arranging for a private place to hold the interview and making sure that there will be no interruptions. Only if you're totally prepared can you successfully manage the interview.
Hi, Jim. It's Al. Linda's here for her appraisal. Will you take my calls for now? Okay, thanks. Well, how are you doing today?
You tell me. You're the one who's rating me.
That may be true. But during this interview, your opinions are going to be as important as mine are. I plan to be as frank and honest as possible, and I want you to be the same way.
Oh, okay, if you say so.
Now let's start by comparing your performance with the goals that we set last time. We'll also look at some areas where maybe you didn't perform quite as well as you should have.
Okay, you want me to read all this now?
No. That's for you to take home and read and sign tonight. We'll go over the report together now, especially the comments. Now, they give the reasons behind your ratings, and also some ideas on how you can do better the next time.
Oh, okay. I think I understand.
For instance.
This supervisor realizes that giving feedback is a vital part of the appraisal process. He sets the scene for an open discussion by being open and straightforward himself. He also understands that for the appraisal to be successful, he must get feedback from the employee as well. This involves listening carefully to what employees say about their performance and yours. Sometimes it means you have to read between the lines and draw out reticent employees.
I'm also really pleased with your attitude. You're a real team player, Linda. But as you can see, your accuracy rating has dropped. Now, those were costly mistakes you made on the Jones and Nelson orders. Now, I realize those were rush jobs.
Yeah, I know. I'll work on that.
You see, your accuracy just started to drop a couple of months ago. Wait a minute, isn't that when Betty left?
Oh, yeah, I really miss Betty. Things seemed to go so much smoother when she was here.
Well, isn't her replacement working out?
Yeah, he's doing okay, but he's new, you know, so he has a lot of questions.
And you're the one he asks, which means a lot of interruptions.
I don't mind helping him out, but it's killing my concentration.
Well, that would account for the drop in accuracy. That should not be a difficult problem to solve.
Well, what do you suggest? I really want to do a good job.
Al has gotten to the root of Linda's accuracy problem. Now they can work together to find a solution. But notice that before Al zeroed in on the problem area, he focused on the positive aspects of Linda's performance. Remember that dwelling on the negative can be demoralizing. Sure, you have to point out weaknesses, but don't forget to point out strengths as well. And when you do have to criticize the performance, not the person. For example, never say something like, "You're careless." Instead say, "You made 4 mistakes on one job and 3 on another, all in the same day."
Maybe I could write out a list of instructions for him.
Once you've covered the past and present, it's time to move on to the future. Set realistic goals to maintain and improve performance. Goals should be specific, positive, achievable, and measurable.
And that would cut down on the number of interruptions. So let's plan on keeping the accuracy up and keep up the good work in other areas. All right?
Sounds good to me. You know, it's really great working with someone who helps you do your job better instead of just saying, "Do a better job."
Thanks a lot, Linda. Keep up the good work, okay?
Thanks.
By focusing on reasonable and obtainable goals rather than on some vague notion of good performance, you send the employee off with a concrete action plan for the future. And that's the best way to get the quality performance you need from every employee. But your work isn't over when the interview ends. Performance appraisal is an ongoing process. It's not something you do just once or twice a year. Follow-up is an essential part of the process. It reminds employees of the goals you've both set. It shows that you want them to succeed. And it helps uncover any problems they may have in reaching their goals.
Do you want to see me, Al?
Linda, come on in. I wanted to congratulate you. It's been less than a month and already your accuracy rating is way up. You keep this up and you're going to break a department record.
Thanks. Writing out the instructions for the new guy sure seems to have solved the interruption problems.
Great. And don't forget, my door is always open to you. You don't have to wait for your next performance appraisal if you run into any problems.
Thanks a lot, Al.
Few of your responsibilities as supervisor are more important than evaluating employee performance, and even fewer have such a long-range impact on your department and the company as a whole. Performance appraisals aren't just a report card. They're the foundation of any successful work relationship.